Listen to the opening of Suzzie Mix 2, and you are immediately hit with sensory overload. This typographic layout captures that barrage, rapidly flashing the track's fragmented lyrics, working 24/7, HABY, calabash, in a disorienting sequence. As a listener, you run into an immediate problem. The vocals feature broken grammar, phonetic spelling errors, and sudden random geographical jumps. It sounds like disorganized noise. But look closer. The lyrical mess is highly specific. It creates a portrait of a mind experiencing the tunnel vision of severe romantic obsession. To parse this stream of consciousness, we need a structural map. We have to divide the chaos into 3 core thematic pillars. By decoding these 3 pillars, we can see how the force of this obsession reorders the narrator's entire reality. The first pillar is the motivation, which the narrator explicitly identifies as being so blind. It is an infatuation that overrides all other logic. The narrator's focus narrows down to a single objective. The lyrics repeat this compulsion: I buy anything just to make her happy. Material resources are no longer for personal gain, but fuel for Suzzie's contentment. This layout highlights a moment where cognitive function gives way to emotion. We see the word happy morphing into the phonetic misspelling, HABBY. The spelling fails because the sound of the word has become more important than its formal structure. The lyrics describe this state as a drop from 20-story. It is the physical sensation of a fall, the weightlessness and lack of control that comes with a total emotional surrender. The combination of phonetic errors and the dizzying sensation of a 20-story fall leaves the narrator with one singular directive: make Suzzie happy. With that motivation established, we see the second pillar, the method. This is the transition from the emotional high to the physical effort required to sustain it. The narrator establishes a grueling baseline of physical labor, repeating phrases like working, working, on the grind, and 24/7. This cyclical flowchart maps a closed loop. Emotional devotion feeds into 24/7 labor, converting into resources for happiness. The song's repetitive structure mirrors this loop. As nodes accelerate and multiply, the labor becomes all-consuming, mimicking an inescapable workday. Within the logic of this song, physical exhaustion is the primary currency used to prove the depth of the narrator's commitment. This sweeping aerial video illustrates the vast geographical scope of the narrative, moving across diverse terrains and crossing boundaries between different worlds. This brings us to the third pillar, the milieu. The track itemizes these specific cultural markers: a German identity, some Jamaican weed, the region of calabash, and Toos music. These specific references ground the abstract feeling of love into a tangible, gritty reality. It isn't a vague romance. It's one happening in specific rooms and across specific borders. The lyrics mention, she's German, she hiding. This detail suggests a relationship built on navigating cultural gaps and clandestine moments, a romance that requires constant translation and effort. Love does not operate in a vacuum. Its intensity is measured by the cultural and geographical distances it manages to bridge. Step back and reevaluate that chaotic stream of consciousness we heard at the beginning. With these 3 pillars established, the song's repetition reflects the actual mental load of someone whose daily life is dictated by another person's needs. The narrator explicitly states, "That's how my world moves around." This introduces the concept of shifting gravitational centers. This model shows the shift. The original central sphere representing the self is replaced by Suzzie. She becomes the new node, forcing every priority to realign. Watch as these paths stabilize. The 24/7 grind becomes an orbital necessity. Ultimately, Suzzie Mix 2 shows how obsession functions. It takes the exhausting, mundane daily grind and transforms it into a dedicated romantic mission.